9 out of 10 modern washing machines break within 3 years, yours included. Average lifespan has plummeted from 19 years to just 10.6, a 45% collapse in one generation. Machines built in the 70s lasted decades on $50 repairs. Today, that same fix runs up to $900, if the parts even exist. A Norwegian university study reveals exactly how this happened. Repair shops across North America see the same pattern. Within 3 years, nearly every new washing machine comes back with a major failure. Warranty logs confirm it. 9 out of 10 units need professional service or outright replacement before the warranty even runs out. For homeowners, that means the machine bought with a 10-year plan in mind is almost certain to break long before then. Service managers report that this churn has become routine, not the exception. The numbers behind this crisis come from a 5-year panel study at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. Researchers tracked over 3,000 households, collecting repair invoices, warranty claims, and self-reported breakdowns. Their survival analysis is blunt. Just 10% of washers survive 3 years without a major repair. The average lifespan has collapsed to 10.6 years, a 45% drop from the 19.2-year average recorded in previous generations. Machines that once outlasted mortgages now struggle to make it through a single lease. Dr. Helena Ustby, who leads the NTNU research team, points out that washing machines are unique among major appliances. Ovens have also seen a sharp decline, but refrigerators, dryers, and dishwashers have stayed steady. The data show that this is not a random trend or the result of consumer neglect. The failure curve is steepest for front-load models from the biggest brands, Samsung, Whirlpool, and Hotpoint, where the median lifespan is just 2.8 years. These figures aren't outliers. They're the new normal. The cycle of breakdown and replacement is now built into the business of laundry. In the 1970s, washing machines were built to outlast the people who bought them. Repair shop logs and technician manuals from that era describe machines with heavy steel drums, cast iron frames, and mechanical controls that could be fixed with basic tools. Veteran repairman John Martinez remembers swapping out a drum bearing for $50 and having the machine back in service in under an hour. These were not rare cases. Many units from brands like Maytag and Whirlpool ran for 30, sometimes even 50 years, with only routine maintenance and the occasional part replacement. Parts catalogs from the time list every component individually replaceable. If the drum started to rumble or the spin cycle got noisy, a technician could pull the back panel, unbolt the bearing housing, and install a new part without touching the rest of the machine. The cost rarely topped $50 for parts, and the job was so common that shops kept bearings in stock for a dozen different models. Long-term warranties were standard, often stretching 7 or even 10 years for commercial-grade machines. The aftermarket for original parts thrived, making it easy for both homeowners and professionals to keep machines running. This culture of repair, first, and the design philosophy that supported it created a baseline expectation. A washing machine was a once-in-a-generation purchase. Looking back, these machines were not just more reliable, designed for the long haul, with every component meant to be serviced, not thrown away. The idea that a washer would fail before a decade was almost unthinkable. That baseline of durability now feels like a relic from another era. Inside today's washing machines, the most expensive problem hides in plain sight: the sealed drum. In older models, a drum bearing failure was a simple fix, $50 part swap, done in less than an hour. Now that same bearing is welded inside a plastic shell, locked away from any tool. Service manuals for Samsung, Whirlpool, and LG list the entire drum assembly as a single, non-serviceable unit. When the bearing fails, and it does, often within 3 years, the only fix is to replace the whole drum, at a cost of $400 to $900 for parts and labor. Most repair shops won't even offer the option. The job is so labor-intensive and the parts so expensive that replacing the entire machine is usually cheaper. The shift to plastic outer tubs compounds the problem. Unlike steel, these polymer shells flex under heavy loads, amplifying vibration and putting extra stress on the bearing and seals. Over time, this flexing causes micro cracks and leaks, accelerating the breakdown. Teardown videos and service guides show that components once bolted on, motor mounts, suspension rods, even the pump housing, are now fused to the drum, making them impossible to replace individually. For the homeowner, a noise in the spin cycle now means a four-figure repair bill or a trip back to the appliance store. This is not a fluke. It's a design choice that transforms a routine fix into a major expense, pushing families toward early replacement and fueling the churn that repair shops and warranty logs are now documenting across South North America. By the late 1990s, the economics of washing machine manufacturing had changed course. Major brands, under pressure from private equity owners, began moving production out of North America and Western Europe, chasing cheaper labor in Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe. Internal supply chain reports from this period show a clear directive: cut costs, speed up product cycles, and shrink inventories. That meant not just lighter materials and simpler assembly lines, but a new approach to parts support. Leaked memos from procurement departments describe a scheduled retirement of key components, especially bearings, exactly 3 years after a model hits the market. Once that window closes, the part number is deleted and any remaining inventory is liquidated. Repair shops are left searching for discontinued parts, often forced to buy an entire drum assembly instead of $50 bearing. Mark Daniels, a policy analyst for the Right to Repair Coalition, puts it bluntly: leaked internal memos reveal a deliberate 3-year part phase-out strategy to push new sales. For manufacturers, this approach trims warehousing costs and boosts margins. For homeowners, it means a machine that breaks after 3 years is almost always a lost cause. The cycle of planned scarcity is no accident. It is a boardroom calculation that quietly turns every breakdown into a new purchase. In November 2016, a routine laundry cycle in Texas ended with a crash that shook the entire house. Lisa Harper's Samsung top-load washer, mid-spin, launched its lid straight through her garage wall. She wasn't alone. Across the country, the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission logged 733 reports of lids detaching, some with enough force to break bones or send people to the hospital. 9 injuries, shoulder fractures, a broken jaw, were officially documented. The recall that followed was massive. 2.8 million Samsung top-load washers were pulled from homes after safety investigators confirmed the machines could become dangerous projectiles. The company offered free in-home repairs, rebates, or full refunds. But for families like the Harpers, the damage was already done. The recall notice spelled out the risk. Excessive vibration during high-speed spin cycles could rip the lid free, turning a household appliance into a hazard. In at least one case, the impact was so violent, it cracked a garage's foundation. For hundreds of households, a machine designed to save time and effort instead brought bruises, lawsuits, and thousands in property damage. These failures aren't just about inconvenience or wasted money. They show how cost-cutting and unserviceable designs can put people at real risk. Repair technicians who see the inside of every brand keep a quiet shortlist of machines they actually recommend to friends and family. At the top is Speed Queen. Built in Wisconsin, these washers are tested for 10,400 full wash cycles. That is about 25 years of heavy use, and come with a 7-year full coverage warranty. Their design keeps everything modular: steel drum, exposed bearings, mechanical controls. If something wears out, the part is still on the shelf, and a local shop can get the machine running again for a few $100s, not $1,000. LG is the surprise among mainstream brands. Its direct drive motor is covered by a 10-year warranty, and the Yale Appliance service database, tracking over 33,000 repair calls, puts LG's 5-year service rate at just 2.7%. The sealed drum is still a weak point, but electronic failures are rare, and their parts support lasts longer than most competitors. Electrolux earns technician respect for a different reason: extended parts availability. While their control boards can fail, replacement parts are stocked for years after most rivals have moved on to a new model. That means repairs stay possible, and owners aren't forced to junk a working machine over a minor fault. Miele sits at the premium end, but the numbers speak for themselves. Every washer is tested to run for 10,000 hours. That is about 20 years of typical family laundry, and the company guarantees spare parts for 15 years. Technicians say they almost never see a Miele for anything more than routine maintenance. In a market built around planned obsolescence, these brands stand out for building machines that are meant to last. Right now, most washing machines are built to fail, and the industry's own numbers prove it. With lifespans cut almost in half, every household pays more and wastes more. Until durability becomes the standard, your next machine may already be on borrowed time. Share your take below.